Is it worth it?
Oh yeah, it's worth it.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to the Trade in Truth journey where we trade with faith, focus, and discipline. My name is Chelle, your Trade in Truth sister in Christ, and today is day number 15, and today's topic is wise responses. Let's just say with today's topic, it not just only hit me within my trades, but y'all, it hit me where life be life in. So, with today's chapter in Proverbs 15, it really brought clarity upon how we respond to things, not just like in the trading aspect, but just also how we respond to things in life when things do not go as planned. We know how we act when things don't go as planned in a trade, but it also reflects how we act when things don't go our way or as planned in life. Like, how do we respond? Because, listen, it ain't just me, but I respond sometimes just out of my own understanding, emotions. And if you respond that way in life, it gets even more frustrating. And also, in trading as well, when you respond off of your emotions, it can cost you in a trade. I remember like just being a beginner in trading, when I lost a trade, it would ruin my whole day. It would upset me so much. Like, I would just be so frustrated. And that frustration usually caused me to revenge trade, and which also does not work. It does not help. But that's me responding out of emotion. Also in life, what do we do when things don't like go as planned? How do we respond? We should be responding, going to the Lord, going to the source, going to him in prayer, going to him, asking for help, and waiting on his response. But usually 9 times out of 10, as humans, we respond out of our flesh when things don't go our way. We will either, smoke, drink, go out clubbing, hit up boo things, do all things that satisfy our flesh. That doesn't lead us to, better things in life. It usually takes us off our path that God has planned for us, and then we have to, get back on that path again. Also, like in trading, revenge trading is not going to help me get back what I lost. Sometimes you might get lucky, but 9 times out of 10, that revenge trading ends up going the wrong way and you end up losing more. So, in the Trade and Truth Journal, it provides you with 3 key verses, and as always, I'm going to provide you with one. So today's key verse is Proverbs 15, verse 22, and it reads from the Message version: refuse good advice and watch your plans fail. Take good counsel and watch them succeed. So within trading, it's just basically don't isolate, get guidance. In life, don't isolate yourself. That is why community is so big. And also going to the source, going to your word in those times of need. Do not isolate yourself. That is what the enemy wants from us. He wants us to go to ourselves. He wants us to soak in our emotions that we're going through. He wants us to stay there. But the Lord is like, no, come to me with all your emotions and allow me to help you. Same thing in trading. Don't isolate yourself. If you need help, go ask for help or go search for that help. Go on YouTube. There are so many mentors out there that you can get for free 99. Or if you're wanting to invest in that, definitely do so. There's plenty of mentors that is able to guide you in the process of trading, but definitely do not try to do this alone.
Hey guys, let's go ahead and review over the trade that I took today. I did take a lesson today, which cost me $5.13. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the trade. Let's start off with my confirmations. I have 3 confirmations that I need to take before I enter into a trade. And so, confirmation number 1 is a full 15-minute candle must close completely above or below the 15-minute high or the 15-minute low. In this case, it will be closing below this 15-minute low right here. I'll make it a little thicker. That's the 15-minute low line. So this candle right here is where we're focused at. That did check off confirmation 1. It also checked off confirmation number 2. If the candle closes below the 15-minute low, it should also close below the previous bearish candle to confirm a downtrend. If it does not close beyond the previous candle, then you do not enter the trade, then you need to be patient. Confirmation number 2, check. It closed below the previous bearish candles. Confirmation number 3 is where I skipped entry. This is where I entered, right where that little gray line is. It says I skipped confirmation number 3 out of FOMO. I did not allow the price to retest my gold entry line, and it cost me a lesson of $5. So this next candle is the retest candle. I am seeing if it's going to, one, either retest my entry line, which is this gold line here, and I put my stop loss at that entry line. Price just pushed down shortly for a quick second, and I was like, great, price is about to go down, and yes, I'm about to get in. And yeah, it yoked me out. I thought I was still kind of good when it closed here, but as soon as I seen price keep moving up, I went ahead and exit the trade. Let's look at this trade. And yeah, I'm sorry if y'all hear my kids in the background. They just gonna be loud. So let's go again off of where what I should have done and if I waited at the right time. So again, confirmation 1 and 2, it closed below that 15-minute low. It also closed below that previous bearish candle. Great. Confirmation number 3 was me waiting on the retest. I seen a close below. I seen this. Once this closed below this entry line, okay, cool. This candle would have been my entry candle. But it did not because it went past my entry line, so I just needed to be patient. If I was patient, I would have seen, boom, confirmation 3, which is seeing a bullish candle close below the 15-minute low or my entry line. Those are my reset confirmations. Then the next candle right here was the entry. It went down. It closed right on my entry line. Would have entered here. Stop loss is at the top of that entry candle. And then I have my take profits already marked down here. These are 30-minute retest levels that I had seen that were close by. And those were both reached, as you can see. Now, this is a very late in the evening trade. I know a lot of people don't trade late, but if my setup is there, I'm going to take it. And as you've seen, the setup was there and it pushed down. It got to the TP. Again, if I was just patient, if I wasn't in such a rush, and if I wasn't allowing, my emotions and trying to do things my way, instead of sticking to what I have, my foundation, my rules, my strategy, everything would have been good. But you live, you learn. I can trade tomorrow. Everything is good. I learn from my mistakes and hopefully I don't continue to make them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this recap and let's go ahead and finish off this video.
And just like in trading, we can reflect it right back into life. We can be all over the place. We can be out here wilding when we are not truly anchored to the truth. When I operate out of frustration, out of control, out of fear, that's me leaning on my emotions. That's me leaning on my own understanding. But when I get back to the source, when I get back into my word, when I go back into God's wisdom and allowing Him to be in control of my life fully, that's when I'm starting to see clarity. And I'm not seeing the chaos anymore. I'm not seeing it from my point of view. That's why, again, when we wake up, we got to seek the kingdom first. Okay, so that's a word of encouragement to myself and to y'all out there. So before we wrap everything up, I want to go ahead and provide you with one of the questions in the Trade and Truth Journal. And that question is, when a trade goes wrong, do I respond in wisdom or in frustration? And let's talk about it down in the comments down below. I would definitely like to see how you have grown and how you are responding when a trade doesn't go as planned. And again, thank y'all so very much for watching this video, and I appreciate it, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.